just sat and had our breakfast. Everyone's having theirs. Everyone else having theirs. Just had a good hour meeting with Sam, who is going to be helping us with BSF. So just having a break from that because, you know, you've got to do all the stuff that you need to talk about. And then we're going to head down to look at the BSF intersection with in a second with Sam. But yeah, good start to the day. I'm off to meet the bishop and the team from the diocese a bit at midday, so in a couple of hours' time. And we need to go to the bank and do some admin stuff. There's always this challenge because I've got my signature, and my signature changes depending on how quickly I'm trying to write it. And it doesn't normally in the UK. It doesn't really matter too much. But here it has to look identical, and I'm really struggling. So anyway, I need to go and sort that out from the bank. Yeah, you kind of get. Pauson got a new bike yesterday from the government, which is exciting. I guess some recognition of his good work. So proud moment for us. I'm pleased for him. It's nice to see him doing well in his job as well. So that will give him the ability to go and visit more fish farmers in other districts, because the last bike that he had was not very reliable. Yeah, right. Let me grab Sam and then we'll go down and have a look at the BSF. So I've just given Sam a whirlwind tour of some of the things he needs to be getting on with the BSF. It's quick because we're running short on time as per normal, and we're locked up now. So in here we have 6 grams of eggs. I thought you'd like to see that. So what we do is we stick them in here with some cotton wool so they don't get too dry. They've got a bit of aeration, they get clumped up at the bottom because they can get, you know, maybe a drop of water or something goes in there. And then we keep them in here. Now, depending on the temperature is where you are in terms of your incubation period. So we are probably we're not 30, we're probably maybe 20, so it's about 8 days. It can take up to 14, but then your survival rate's gone right down. So look, if you look at the eggs and temperature, 15 you're at 10.6, so 20 you get 59%, so 30 you get 80, so 80%. So we are aiming for that. So one strategy we've just discussed is if we can sort of pop these into the frass, not burrow them totally, but just sort of surround it because there's some heat as the frass decomposes. But that might be a good strategy for us to improve our temperature and the length of time it takes them to incubate. So they'll be in here for a bit, and then when they've had their their allotted amount of time, maybe between 4 to 8 days, we stick them in just above some substrate. And Pauson's and Maria are very good at doing that, and just knowing how exactly we put that and where we put it and that type of thing. So yeah, that's them. It's very good. Thanks, Maria. And yeah, this is where we're at currently. We'll need to turn. This looks like they've had some good stuff happen to it. Some sawdust there, which we like. Some water there, which needs to be mopped up. You can just see it. Focus in on slips up. So you can see the water there. We need to get rid of that with some sawdust. And then this pupa coming in, which is seen already. It's good. Not this one. It was this one, I think. You can see them all gathering there at the bottom, which is exciting. Sorry, I've gone and done that. Yeah, well done. Thank you. So yeah, that's where we're at with them at the moment. And then the 6 grams of eggs. I saw quite a few, so that's very good. Let's just have a quick look and see what we've got in here. I think Sam's in here with me. Hotter today. I know Sam's not in here, she must be somewhere else. But it's nice and humid. I can't tell the temperature again, this is one of the things we need to improve. But you can look at that. See them all buzzing around? It's perfect. This is like the mating dance. It's like to chase. So let's see those two chasing each other. If you see if I can focus in on some chasing. Have a look. See there's just some chasing, the top left. So you want two individuals chasing each other. That's basically the male chasing the female. Happens everywhere. Sort of in different settings. Males are always after females, right? Anyway, that's them doing their thing, and then they'll copulate, and then the male will die. I don't know how long it takes them to die. I think probably that day. It's just had a wasp reflex. You know when you hear a buzzing and you're like, oh, it's a wasp. It's not, of course. That's funny. And then they'll lay their eggs in here, and there shouldn't be any eggs in here because they've all been collected. But yeah, it's definitely humid in here. It's definitely starting to feel the sweat come on. Oh, there's some eggs there, look. So those will be collected at some point, I would hope. It starts to get quite warm, you see. And they're quite fresh as well, so see how they're white. They go sort of a pale, they go progressively yellower over time, so that's how you know how fresh they are. And then we've got our very hot pupa. There's some movement, see all the sawdust moving around? And there's some flies probably emerging. The one's perched in there. Yeah, look, here's some flies coming out, I think. I saw that yesterday. Yeah, it's very good. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, there's some, and then they're all over here in the grass. Look, this is probably the. Oh, I just saw some mating. I can down there. Look, see them together. That's great. See if I can get any more mating for you. Any more I can see? Just some chasing, and then the one sort of resting. You have to remember they don't really have much energy, so actually sometimes people will. It would actually be easier probably to feed pupa and flies to even easier because they collect and harvest them themselves up those troughs. They go to. You've noticed that lip on the trough, that's so that they climb up, and they do that when they are ready to turn into flies because they're looking for a dry spot. So that's very easy for harvesting if you were going to feed them like that, but unfortunately they're full of chitin, which is a type of sugar, and it's not really easily digestible. By the time they've gone through the process of turning into fly, they've used up all their energy reserves, and there's really hardly any nutrition from the flies, and they've got very little reserve. So that's why they're so docile, is because they're conserving energy. They're just here to mate and lay eggs. So yeah, you don't often get much activity from them. But when they're flying around, it's a good sign of sort of mating behaviour. Right, so I should disappear and go off to my appointment with the diocese. But just a big thank you for your time with us. And we've got some manure here, and then I can smell there's lots of pineapple around. There's a little bit left, just a bit of waste there, but that's been collected yesterday from the market, so that's all in those barrels. There's Andrew who helps out with the BSF as well, but he does bits around the house, but he's helping with the BSF. I was going to say, yeah, we want to start using some frass on here. I keep saying this, but I think we've been very negligent almost for the potential for frass. There was a trial done in Kenya comparing the application of BSF frass versus organic fertilizers, and they looked at different application rates, so 100 kilos per hectare and 7.5 tons per hectare, and they basically found that 7.5 tons in that trial, the maize yield was 17% better be it with frass. With 100 kilos it was 27% better, but either way your yield is much better, so that's what we would like to see farmers have access to. So yeah, something we need to get sorted, I think, is making sure that frass is available. And remember, that's comparing it to organic fertiliser. Most farmers across the whole of Africa, really, East Africa, are not using any fertiliser at all. So that 27% improvement in maize yield, I don't know what it could be, but we'll have to look at the control where you do nothing. Maybe I should look at that paper again, they might have it in there. But anyway, the point is, big improvements can be made and we aren't selling it. Right, Sam's coming with us, I think. We're going to drop him off at the farm. Me and Pauson are driving to the Bishop. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, help us to reach our targets, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.